the billion-dollar man.
Michael Rubens Bloomberg, Democrat turned Republican, mayor of New York City, born Massachusetts, age 64, net worth $5.3 billion. Daily transportation to work, the subway. Salary, $1 a year at his own wish. Residence, a townhouse, east side of New York, refusing to live in Gracie Mansion, the mayor's residence. His home telephone number, in the Manhattan directory. Mayor Bloomberg worked for 15 years at Solomon Brothers. They fired Bloomberg. He then proceeded to found his own company, Bloomberg LP, and through it created the Bloomberg box to collect, analyze, and deliver securities information faster than any other service. His operation now includes news delivery, radio, TV, internet, and publishing operations. Politically, he is pro-choice, pro-gun control, pro-gay rights, pro-immigration reform, and strongly anti-Iraq. He describes the probability of making a bid into the 2008 presidential race with these words: how likely is it a 5'7" Jew from New York, billionaire, who's divorced and running as an independent to become president of the United States? Unquote.
Question, does Bloomberg fit the profile of a third-party presidential candidate, Leslie Sanchez?
He's going to have mass appeal, but he's not a realistic candidate if he goes the third-party route. It's not foreseeable.
He's at ideological odds with his party. He's anti-Iraq war. He's a very wealthy candidate, and he's had track record in government. He's tailor-made.
You've got a track record.
Left-wing, John. He's a left-winger. He puts at risk Hillary Rodham Clinton's presidency.
He doesn't come across as a left-winger.
Oh, the heck he doesn't. Have you listened to him?
By Republican eyes.
He is a Republican, but I don't care what he calls himself. He is very appealing across the board. He's very good, and if you were going to hire somebody to run the country, he'd be at the top of my list.
One
but we already have a couple of CEOs in the race. I think he would, because he's competent. People are yearning for competence.
Why doesn't Hillary bait him, or anyone else that thinks that he or she can get the nomination, get an offer from the vice presidential slot? Would he go for that and just get out of what he appears to be thinking about?
No need for that yet.
Okay, dream team.
It's a great country to think about a New York boy and a Nebraska boy to be teamed up leading this nation.
Senator Chuck Hagel, Republican of Nebraska, recently raised the possibility of running with Mayor Michael Bloomberg in 2008 on an independent presidential ticket. Wolf Blitzer asked Bloomberg what he thought about running with Hagel.
He's doing the right thing. He's out there trying to give the public more choice.
Now time for a party number 3.
There's nothing magical about 2. The public wants to have people that have experience and that clearly state what they're going to do and then are willing to have themselves held accountable after they get elected for delivering what they promised. We tried that with a scorecard here.
What's your status?
I'm not a candidate for president.
Question. Is that a Tecumseh Sherman-esque statement that he just made? I'm not a candidate for president, Clarence?
Well, of course. I mean, he'd love to be a candidate for president. The time is not right at this moment, but he'd love to see somebody pave the way. The idea of a Bloomberg-Hagel ticket is very attractive for a lot of different reasons. Yeah, because Bloomberg does have the image of being a good manager. Hagel, a guy with war experience and won't get us into another mess, presumably.
You've heard about Bloomberg being capable of putting $1 billion into the race. $1 billion.
That's right.
You think if Hagel is at the, and you're saying if Hagel is at the top of the ticket, you think he'd fork up $1 billion to get Hagel elected president?
Well, I didn't say Hagel at the top of the ticket. No, Bloomberg Hagel. Bloomberg would be at the top of the ticket.
What do you think of that?
He's going to need more than $1 billion, and he ain't going to spend it to put Chuck Hagel and run for VP.
Yeah, well, $1 billion can make a difference, and I think we really just don't know what kind of an impact he could have. But I don't know if he'd want to get in just to make a point. He could make points about issues, but I think he wouldn't get in unless he really thinks he has a shot at winning.
The Democrats get New York now. You put Bloomberg up there, I think you put New York in play. Possibly the Republicans could take it. That's going to be the effect.
Well. What are we saying more than we're saying here?
I'm saying you bring a third party in there, and they can affect the outcome, but they ain't going to win the election.
Bloomberg is not going to do it if he's going to hand the election to the Republicans. He doesn't want to be a Ralph Nader and spend the rest of his life in ignominy.
I would say if he wants to make a point, he can write an op-ed. I mean, we know he can wire transfer the money into the campaign, but money has proven historically not to be the only thing to win elections. You've got a viral movement on the internet with him in the Unity 08 that tends to be left of center, the folks that are promoting this idea of a candidacy of Bloomberg.
Exit question on a political probability scale of 0 to 10, 0 being zero probability and 10 meaning metaphysical absolute certitude. What's the probability that Michael Bloomberg, running as an independent without Hagel, will win the presidency in 2008? Pat.
0.
Okay, I'll put it at 4 that he gets in, but at 0.5 that he could win.
-0.
-0.4.
The answer is 2. We'll be right back with predictions.